Nice to meet you to this new episode of Wickbit. Yes, Yamaha, well-known RX-E810. The issue, it's defect and we have a watch on it. Nothing. Nothing? That's not good. Yeah. What shall we do? We must open it. First I remove the... It was open and somewhere else was inside. Oh my gosh. It's not good. Looks not good. We will see what's happened with it. I know how it doesn't work. Everything is disconnected here and here and here. Oh, what shall I say? Don't know why. That could be a test if it's all disconnected. I cannot test it in case of this. So I must connect all the things back in place and assemble the machine. I cannot make a test if it's out of connection. Yes, just make this here and connect that here and this flat cable here and this cable here. So now now it is working. Very funny. Oh, what's with these points? Oh, there is something. Also a pack was inside here. Oh, here are the screws. Okay, I see. I put it in my little cup from England and look, here are the screws. You need also one of these if you're making a repair, that you don't lose your screws. And now we hope so we can switch it on and yes, messed the brush a little bit. Sometimes it's not so dirty but so dust. Switch it on. Click on. It makes click. And pure comes on. But then it clicks off. What can that be? Oh, here is also a connector not connected. Not good. Sorry. Again. And click and click. Yeah, what can that be? First we must analyze. I remember here must be the 10 volts also. Should be here on this side. Here is a 5 volts and outside it's 10 volt. Yeah, it should be here. And we must measure it. I take a green croco, yeah, and take this crocodile here to connect to the ground, and also you can see the voltage. It's here. Oh, not so good. Then I would like to measure here 10 volts. It's here. If I switch it on, it's here. Okay. And here are the 5 volts. It's also here. Switch it on and click off. interest why, but this is so. Normal the power supply on this side have the issue, but in this case I don't see an issue at the second power supply. The second power supply making this 10 volts and this 5.5 volts. But no display is coming, and maybe the communication between the processor and the display in front doesn't work. Now we must searching the failure. What we're gonna do here is, now we would like to have a watch on this transistor. Maybe this is switching off. Yeah, and if this is switching off, then the processor also fail. Here we have the 10 volts that we measure, and here we have the 5 volts that we measure. I think so it comes in, but maybe in some case this opto coupling thing will be limit this IC from the 50 Hertz out. It comes in, and here is the main, and the thing is that here comes in over the C8 the 50 Hertz over this, and go in here to this clock, and clocking this transistor, it opens for a short time and then it's closed. But if the power supply is going on, that means here the light here is going on, then this point we will go to the ground. Maybe this diode is defect, or I don't know. We must measure. We must find out. But first we test the permanent mode, and then we make a shortcut from here to here on the transistor with 100 ohm. I'm back on the machine, and we would like to make a shortcut on the transistor here. Switch it off, and we make here a 100 ohm resistor. That helps us to analyze, is this second power supply fail and the controller is fail, or did the controller switch off? And we switch it to permanent mode. Maybe this Z diode is defect, one of these two Z diodes is defect, and we don't know that yet at the moment. For this it's important that you switch off and unplug it, because it's a hot. Here you have a 230 volts, and don't touch this by your fingers. Here have a resistor with 100 ohms. Yeah, and I would like to solder it over this transistor. We must do this first. Oh, some energy is inside, huh? Yes, you can make a short too, but we do that over 100 ohm resistor. Make a short. Yeah, not good. We are putting that here. This supply is only made for the second power stage, and this should be, oh, don't do this, not with the gate. I mean, what's now? Have the problem, have no space and no light here. Okay, one pin is okay, and the second pin okay, it holds. Now we are started. We hope so that the voltage come. And if it's now permanent on, then we know it's in the power supply. We have a problem there. Oh, it's not there. I switch it on, kick, and it's falling off. Look, now it's running permanent, and I can show you this here. Comes. Oh, you can see it. You cannot see it. It's an issue. Do you see it? Maybe it's here better. You see it a little bit, and then kick off. Why is this so? It's maybe a security thing, and we put it back. That means that the second power supply is not switched off, it will be switched off from the processor. Disconnected, and we put that back. It's not from the it's not from here. This is made for energy saving, and it works okay. It's okay. What is here? Unbelievable. Okay. What we can do now is we can searching now why the processor switching this off, and I have yet at the moment no idea what's happened with it. Now we measure the reset here, and I connect it to the mains. You see this spike? Looks good. Tuck. Interest. I desolder now the reset pin in case of what? In case of that, maybe this is the wrong thing. What we don't want. Is it a thing that we want to have a second reset and then it fall off? I hope so. It's disconnected from this reset, and we think that it doesn't work anymore. We must making a beep C and check it up No, it doesn't have a contact. Okay. And now we are switching it on. I make a short on the reset pin. It fell off. Why do you fell off? Is there an error, or what is this for a failure? Well, I closed this pin from the reset again, and it's also interesting what I found out. There is a what's happened here? Okay, it's good. What I found out is if I measure on the amplifier and I measure in the middle of here of this resistor, you can see this white run. It's very difficult to see. If you see it here, see? If I measure in the center of this resistor, then if I switch on the power, it looks like there is a DC voltage on it. I connect it to the mains and switch it on. And now, first it was a DC, but maybe I have a problem. We have a problem. My crocodile is disconnected. I must connect it again. And now we have a watch again on the resistor. It's -7 volts. I switch it on. -2 volts. Now -19 volts. Looks not good. The transistor for the minus is not closing, huh? Looks like. Maybe this amplifier has the failure, and so the switch on, the switch off is on the voltage protection. What's happened now is uninteresting. Look, I have here now no 5 volts, and here 4.6 volts. That means that the second power supply have a failure. Here we have the diode number 9, and we measure from here to here. It's dangerous. Be warned. We measure what? 3.8 volts. I think this is wrong. Should be 10 volts. I think the diode have a problem. We have -5 volts. Yeah. I'm not sure, but this is wrong. Maybe this diode have the problem. We must change it. After I see this wrong voltage, maybe this is the diode is wrong, and so we change it. We don't forget to disconnect its mains supply here, and it's not good for your fingers. Oh, what's happened now with it? Maybe it's glued on it, huh? cannot believe. Doesn't come out. No, it comes out, but the pin is broken. Ah, not good. I must put one diode here and two here. I have this box, you can see there are a lot of diodes inside and also a 10 volt, and I take this out here. The first is a 10 volt, and yeah, we take it out, and till it's 10 volt they call like Z diode, and the other is a Zener diode if it's 10 volt and over, because the Z effect doesn't work over 10 volts. Interest. I learned it in school, and it's a long time ago. We don't know what's happened with it. So it's my cutter cutting the leads, and we'll bring that in position. I hope so. I can hold this with my fingers or not. It's important that we know here to here, and I hope so. It's working. And okay, then I solder it here on the other side. I'm sorry, I don't have a SMD diode. Now we check it up. Does it work or does it not work? Hope so, it works. Switching it on, and doesn't work. And why? Why this doesn't work? It's flickering. Tuk 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 tuk. What is now? Okay, my measurement instrument is okay. But why this diode? 3.8 volts. What does that mean? Could it be that the capacitor is defect from the C8 or so? Very funny. But we have a new Z diode. This is good. Well, shall I do now? From this capacitor came out 8 volts DC from 230 volts. And this is, I think so, not good for the supply. What is now? I don't understand this. I mean, came nothing out from this capacitor. We have 230 volts on this. On this side we have 230 volts, and on the other side we have nothing what comes out. This is a thing that's impossible. We don't have a short. Don't know why this cup have no. I have here one that should be okay. It's a used one, but I beat it out from a working machine. I hope so. I can insert it here and have no troubles with it. But this is crazy. Why this doesn't come out? The voltage doesn't come out. I don't understand. Here is the cup. And then we have here a row of resistors. It's 2.4 kilo ohms in parallel, in serial, parallel, serial. And comes here, goes into this diode, to this side and in this diode, but doesn't work. I don't know why. Okay, now which wonder, this connector was fail connected. It was not straight plumb forward in the connector, it was like this, so it make a shortcut. Now we are on the same position as before. I see some connector. Look here, this connector is not connected. So if I click it on, the tuner will not detect, and on, off. Maybe this is the wrong thing. I don't know why the tuner, I don't disconnect it. But it is. You cannot believe what I see. It's unbelievable. You see? Here is the connector, but the tuner cable is here and here. I disconnected from the mains and now I must messing around to fiddle it out. That this will be, how can I fix this? It's near impossible to do this. Maybe I can fix the tuner like this if I build it out, and now I understand why the tuner doesn't work. It's not in position, it's not connected. Look here, the cable doesn't connect. Who disconnect this? I don't know. Very funny, huh? But if the maybe if the connector is not here and the tuner will be not detected, the tuner will not play. So I think this is so, and I will build it in. Maybe this is the failure. The tuner doesn't. If it's standalone tuner and the tuner will not detect, then it doesn't work. Yes, that could be. There was everything disconnected in this machine. I don't know why, but it is so. Now I'm a little bit fitter in this machine, and now we have a watch on it. Does it work or does it not work? Switching it on. Click and gack. And gack. It's not only the one failure with the disconnected cables, it's also another failure, and this is I think so, a protection failure. Maybe the amplifier have to fail. But how I can fix this? Click, clack. Now it's running longer. switching the voltage to the mains, to the power out. First switch it on, tuner comes, and then click, and then off. What does that be? What can it be? Maybe the power supply from the... No, the power supply, it isn't. The power supply. Yes, what I'm gonna do now, I go to the basement and found out that I have a second machine. I write down here second, and this was that what every time clicked off, and I cannot find the issue. And I interchange as follows. First I change this motherboard, the motherboard 1 to this place, and I found out it doesn't work, the tuner don't run. And then I found out that in this defect machine was one big issue. The big issue and the big failures on this, if these cables are very old, then have a look, you see this? It's broken. The plastic part is broken, and if you connect it or if you disconnect it, if you put it out and in, then something of the pins are folding or making shorts in between the system, and so this machine number 1 will be switched all the time off. I don't know that the other guy having this tuner, so I found out that this interconnection cable on this side have this fail. Look here. This is a failure. You never can insert it anymore because there is no plastic holder on it. It's lost. Be warned, if you repair one of these machines and you disconnecting this, then you have the problem that these pins are folding during the insertion itself, and then you cannot repair it. It makes a short. And this happened on this machine. Now I order cable, but what I found out, this number 1 have a broken motherboard. I interchange then this part with the CPU and the input board to here. This CPU was broke in the older machine that I see, and I cannot find the failure. But also this power supply, the second power supply, this is original here now, hold longer to the on with the number 1 board. That means my reparation have for sure the correct voltage and all, but it switch off faster. It's only 2 seconds to recognize for the processor that the motherboard have something wrong, over voltage or DC on the amplifier. But you can see I cannot build that out. I mean, you can build it out, but you must have time. And I interchange this. Now I fix number 2 with the parts of number 1. I make ring with 2, 1 machine. And listen. This is radio. Something is disturbing. Something is disturbing here. But it's running well and good. And with tuner 1 from here, in case of that, I cannot insert tuner 1 because I don't have a correct working cable. This cable is also defect. I order all this cable, and I would like to fix number 1, and we see us again with the 810. But while the motherboard is defect, I must build out all the things from it to find this failure. It's over voltage or stuff like this. If someone from Yamaha watching this video and making in the service craft, please write in the comment line what I must test and what for pins I must interrupt, that I found out what is the processor or the controller that turns off the machine totally and going in power mode, in power off mode or emergency mode or whatever. Can you tell me this, please? Yeah, but now I'm making with 2 machines, one working, and I found out that the cables are wrong after a long time in the basement. So it's, yeah, not funny, but one is working. Yes, this was the Yamaha RX-E810. To enter into the service menu from device number 1 was not possible. In case of that, the switch off in protection mode after 2 or 3 seconds. Yes, this was my issue. And if some from Yamaha service station can answer me this, how I can analyze this, if I can disconnect some protection pin to the microcontroller that is running on, maybe if the power amp is defect, running on DC mode, to the plus or to the minus is defect, and that doesn't switch off. How I can take the controller in a service mode, not the service mode what is on the front. If I push the up and the tune or the band button and then switch it on, I come in for 1 second and then they kicked me out. The controller switch off. What's happened with this? Maybe the second power supply make this failure. I'm interested. Please answer in my comment line. Yes, if you like my channel, please subscribe, and I say thank you for watching.